Ms. Carver says her fiance's drug addiction has almost killed him. Now she's worried if he doesn't get clean, he might not live to meet their new baby. Today on Divorce Court. All rise. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding.
Hello, everyone. You may be seated.
Your Honor, the case of Carver v. Pennington.
Thank you very much. Ms. Carver, Mr. Pennington, welcome to Divorce Court. I'm glad to have you both here. We are with a young couple who've been together for 3.5 years. They've been engaged for 2 years. But their crossroads is because of a drug addiction that has been throughout their relationship. And with a new baby on the way, Ms. Carver is concerned on what environment she's bringing a new life into. Ms. Carver, why are we here in Divorce Court?
I'm here because I need answers before my baby is here. My fiance has a drug addiction and it causes money problems. He's a cheater and I don't want to deal with it anymore. If he can't pass the lie detector test and the drug test, then I'm going to leave him.
So today is the day for you to make a decision on what's going to be your future.
Yes.
Ms. Carver, I heard what you said. Mr. Pennington, what do you say?
I'm here today to prove and tell her that I really would love her. I really want to be here. I want to be in my son's life, and I want to prove to her that I've been faithful and loyal to her, and let's have a relationship together.
So you are here today to show that you have made the necessary changes that she would need for a real partner. Am I correct?
Yes.
Ms. Carver, why don't you take me back to a time when you all first met, and then tell me what changed to get us to this point, ma'am.
So we've known each other since we were in elementary school. We used to ride the bus together. We didn't stay in contact over the years, but we did rekindle a few years back over social media. I ended up inviting him over to my house. I cooked some dinner, we watched a movie, and then we started dating. After about a year of dating, we moved in together.
You have your own apartment?
No, we stayed in a garage at my dad's house. We kind of made it our own apartment, though.
Got it. When you all first started dating, were drugs involved in the relationship?
Once or twice a month. And then as time went on, it developed into every day. Every day.
So that's an addiction right there.
Right.
So let me just turn to you, Mr. Pennington. What was going on in your life during this time period, this early dating period?
I was grieving. You know, I lost my grandfather. That's where it all happened. That's where it all came from. You know, because
what kind of drugs are we talking about?
Xanax.
So those are depressants.
Yeah, I didn't have nobody to vent to about my
You
situation.
require a prescription for Xanax. How'd you get a prescription for Xanax? You were so young at that time.
I guess the psychiatrist, I guess that's what they're called.
So you went to a therapist?
Yes.
And they prescribed Xanax?
Yes.
Were you continuing to go to the psychiatrist?
No.
See, that's one of the problems with people who prescribe those kinds of drugs. You kind of have to monitor those drugs so that you can know if the person is actually getting better or the drug's just a bandage on what the issue is. So you didn't stay with your therapy, is that correct?
No, I didn't. That's correct.
But you kept with the using the Xanax.
Yes.
Self-medication is probably what got you addicted.
Yeah.
How did that manifest itself in your family, Ms. Carver?
It caused a lot of issues. When he would take them or even coming down, he would be like arrogant. He would act different. He would also be aggressive.
Yes, as I can imagine. It shows up in some anger issues.
Right.
Things get broken. Why don't you tell me about that?
So at first it was probably about, like I said, like once or twice a month. And then it developed into every day, at least probably 2 pills or so a day. One time I wanted to go out with my friends just to go out to hang out. And he didn't want me to leave. So we got into an argument. And I was going to leave anyways, just because I wanted to go out with my friends.
And you're a grown woman. You're going to do what you wanted to do.
So he snatched my phone and shattered it.
That's like a new thing that young people do. They break phones, okay?
Yeah.
And the Apple people not giving you a free phone again when you break it on purpose. Okay.
So, and that phone was given to me.
Mr. Pennington, why can't you manage your anger and end up breaking things?
Basically, we made plans before she made plans with her friends, so it kind of made me feel some type of way. And I was mad, and I was on, my addiction around that time, so I smashed her phone.
I submitted evidence about the broken phone as well.
You did? I'd like to see what you're talking about. Oh, I mean, it really broke. You're not getting any of that money. It can't. I mean, it broke while it was in the case. It's completely broken.
The people told me I might as well buy a new phone.
Yes, that's correct.
So.
That's correct. So needless to say, that made you annoyed because that...
Very inconvenient.
100%. So the addiction sort of hit rock bottom during this whole incident of an overdose. Why don't you tell me about that?
So I was working this part-time job at this restaurant, and I came home from work, and he was at the house. I could tell he was high. I told him, I was like, just chill out for tonight. We're going to hang out. Don't take anymore. He didn't listen. He proceeded to take, I believe, like half a perk and another Xanax. So some time went by, maybe about an hour or so, and he made this strange noise. My dad just happened to be walking by the room and heard it and asked if he was okay. And it was normal for the situation, like, to be high, passing out. It was just kind of normal. So
oh, my Lord.
I was in denial. I was like, no, he's okay, he's fine, or whatever. And my dad's like, no, I don't think he's okay. So I started shaking him, trying to wake him up. He's like not moving at all. And this was very traumatic for me because he was just like unresponsive. And like I started like slapping him in the face because he was not responsive. And it was really scaring me. I was crying. I called the ambulance. And then when they got there, they gave him Narcan to try to reverse the overdose, and that still wasn't doing anything. So I was really scared, like, oh my gosh, is it too late? What is, like, I just didn't know even what to think, what was gonna happen, his family, oh my God. They took him to the hospital and he wasn't waking up. He ended up waking up and he panicked and he tried to like escape.
Of course.
So, and that made me even more worried because I'm like, just please let them check you out. He was not having it. So he promised to get cleaned in, but a couple weeks later, I found half a Xanax pill in the bathroom, so I knew he was still taking them.
Ms. Carver, that's a lot for a young woman to take on.
Yes, it is.
That's a whole lot, sweetheart.
It's very scary.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
It's intense also. Mr. Pennington, did you have any concept of what was going on in your life right then when you were overdosing?
I just was going through a lot. Even family issues, like, I just think about the past a lot.
And what about going back to the therapist?
My mind wasn't ready. Like, I guess I wasn't ready to grow up, you know? I'm just be truthful.
That's fair. You recognize that that's an addiction, though, right?
Right.
100%.
100%.
And you decided it was time you were going to have to get clean?
Right.
I let him use my debit card. A couple days later, I went to the ATM to get some cash out. I see a whole bunch of Cash App transactions, like $700.
Wow.
I submitted evidence.
$20, $50, $30, $20. I can tell you right now, that's paying for drugs. Ms. Carver, you saw evidence that he was still using.
Right.
How does that impact on you?
It's confusing because I do have the hope and like faith in him, and because I know he has the potential to do better. But I also know that it's hard. I have like family that have gone through addiction and stuff, so I know it's it's really a sickness.
No, don't shake it off. I'm so sure that that's what you do all the time. You just shake it off and you push through.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's hard on you.
For sure. Yeah, it's really hard. I just want him to be able to get better and do the right thing without backtracking. Because I feel like when you relapse, it just starts the whole process all over again, and it's just you keep restarting and restarting.
But you know the only way that that's going to happen is with true help.
Right.
Every time I hear an addict tell me they're doing it, but they're not doing it with some assistance, I know that it's not going to work. Right. Because we all need a helping hand. Mr. Pennington, you know what I mean? Right. We all need a helping hand. And Ms. Carver, you can't take it all on your shoulders.
Right.
I know that this addiction has led to money problems.
Yes. There was a time I let him use my debit card for his car insurance because I know he needs to get back and forth to work. So I was like, yeah, you can use my card to pay for the rest of your insurance. So I sent him a picture of my card to just put the information in, thinking everything would be okay. So a couple days later, I went to the ATM to get some cash out so I could get my nails done, and it's declining due to insufficient funds. So
So he took out more than he was supposed to?
Yes. So I'm confused. I started looking through my transactions, trying to see where's my money, what's going on. And I see a whole bunch of Cash App transactions that weren't from me, almost like $700.
Wow.
I submitted evidence of that
I'd
as
like
well.
to see that. Oh, good Lord. So it's $20, $50, $30, $20, $50, $30. I can tell you right now, that's paying for drugs.
And
I can tell you that right now.
the way it looks, you know, it doesn't add up to one transaction for a car payment or anything like that.
Mr. Pennington, you used that card to get money out to pay for drugs, am I correct?
No.
What'd you do with that $20, $30, $50, $20, $30, $50?
The money that she actually let me lend, I used it for my car.
What was that?
That was because I just felt like I could spend a little more because I buy stuff for her. I get her nails did, I get her hair done.
You didn't think it was necessary to ask her, could you take money out of her account? Let me put that back up because I want to see those transactions again, okay? I want to be real clear about this. Okay, so I see on 12/30, $20, 12/30, $80, 12/30, $20, 12/30, $20, 12/30, $50, 12/30, $30, 12/30, $20, 12/30, $30, 12/30, a direct deposit. You put some money in there.
Yeah, I think I might have got paid.
That looks like you got paid.
Yeah.
Then it goes backwards. So if I start at 12:05, I can see the direct deposit where you're getting paid, and then I see these little 20 and 80 and 60 and 30 and. And you weren't taking that money out, am I correct?
No, no.
So, Mr. Pennington, not to put too fine a point on it, you were stealing. That's it.
I've also had suspicions of him cheating. I started going through his phone, and I seen that he was texting his ex-girlfriend, Sasha. We started arguing, and I kicked him out of the car, left him on the side of the road. I confronted the girl, and I said, you can come pick him up.
You had not had a relationship with this person before? You were stealing. She didn't authorize you to take her money like that.
No, she didn't.
That was called stealing. And but for the fact that she loves you, you could have been arrested.
We could have used that money for the baby. We could have bought diapers, wipes, bottles, bibs, clothes.
What'd you use the money for, sir?
Just clothes for myself. It wasn't around the time. It wasn't around the time that anybody was pregnant. You know, it was.
I just heard one of my jurors say, don't you work?
Yeah, I work.
I know, so then why'd you need to take money out of her account at these little increments?
Around that time, I wasn't working.
But you couldn't have a conversation with your fiancé to say, I'm gonna need a little more help? You didn't think that would be necessary to have a conversation?
Yes, I did, but I wasn't in my right state of mind, you know?
So you were on drugs during that time?
Right, exactly.
His friend said that he was still buying drugs at that time.
I can tell you that he was still buying drugs. I don't know what's going on, but I can tell you that. Those little 20 and 30 and 50 and 20 and 30 and 50, that's what it looks like.
Right.
And not just to me. What it look like to you, Corey?
It looks like he was buying.
Okay. Members of the jury, does it look like that?
Yes.
Okay. So I consider that to be stolen cash.
I've also had suspicions of him cheating.
Okay, on top of all of this?
On top of it.
Okay, young lady, you dealing with an awful lot now. You dealing with drug addiction, you dealing with financial improprieties, and now you're dealing with cheating? Oh, Lord, the members of the jury about to get upset because I can hear the aunties coming out of my jury. So what makes you suspicious?
I was driving him to his friend's house, and he went into the store. He left his phone on the seat, and me being me, I went through
You
his
being
phone.
every other woman in the world?
Right. So I started going through his phone, and I seen that he was texting his ex-girlfriend, Sasha. So, yeah.
What were the text messages?
There was actually a call I seen for when they were on the phone. I think the texts were deleted, so I didn't get to see much of anything, but it caused a big argument. We started arguing, and I kicked him out of the car, left him on the side of the road.
And let me guess, Ms. Carver, you said, tell Sasha to come pick you up.
Oh, I believe I submitted evidence of this as well. I confronted the girl, and I told her exactly that. I said, you can come pick him up. They had always kind of been cool, but I don't feel like that's right, because why are you, especially if it's your ex-girlfriend, why are you talking to her if you're in a relationship with me? So
I'll ask Mr. Pennington. That's a good question.
Yeah, it is. First of all, it wasn't an ex, it was just a friend, to be honest. And I don't see what's wrong with
Was
me
it an
having a
ex or
friend.
not? You didn't have you had not had a relationship with this person before?
Not that person, no. No.
You said not that person, so we're
Yeah.
talking about there's several people?
Yes, it's something else going on. I'm being honest here.
Yeah, no, you're being honest. I appreciate that.
Yes.
So the text message that she found was not an ex-girlfriend.
No, it wasn't.
But were you having inappropriate messaging with somebody that Ms. Carver had a reason to be concerned about?
I submitted evidence of
Yes,
when I
this-
confronted the ex-girlfriend.
I'd like to see what the evidence looks like so I can see what you're talking about. Okay, let's see. You can come pick up your man off the side of the road. You did say exactly what I said. That's interesting. We think alike, Ms. Carver, okay? You look dumb hitting me up with a blah who's not yours. He was just blah me, and he plays both sides. You can have him, I'm done with him. Girl, you acting like I'm new. I've been here.
Ex-girlfriend, so.
That's somebody that's in your life, Mr. Pennington.
Yeah, friends. We've been friends. I went to school with her.
But
Been
see,
friends since then.
does she know that you are in a relationship with Ms. Carver?
I'm pretty sure she did.
Okay. So if this is somebody that's considered to be a friend, why wouldn't her response be, no, it's not like that? This is somebody I went to school with. I would not get involved with you in your relationship.
She's not that type. She's the drama type. She right
Okay.
there.
So why are you friends with somebody like that?
Clearly.
With, I'm saying, I'll put it this way. She's going to try to buck on her. Just like she said, I've been here. She's trying to be smart with her. She want to start something with
No.
her.
If
But
I
if
don't
you
want to
had
start something, I wouldn't do that.
If you had talked to her before, if you even had previous relationships with the girl, why would you? You're in a relationship with me though, so why are you texting her, calling her on the phone with her? Why is she comfortable enough to say that back to me? Oh, I've been here. You know?
That's a good question.
Maybe because I was telling them that me and her was on and off.
So in other words, you led this friend to believe that you were not as committed to Ms. Carver as the two of you had been operating as,
Right.
correct?
Right.
Ms. Carver, there were some
That's
additional
not-
messages.
Yes, that's not the only times.
Next time on Divorce Court.
I'm reading the messages, they're talking about sex. I believe he said he loved her.
I'd like to see these
I
messages.
submitted evidence.
I ain't been loyal to anyone in over 3 years.
Ain't that crazy?
Mr. Pennington, how long have you been clean and sober?
6 months.
We did a drug test on you. The results reveal that you tested. The baby is going to need previously on Divorce Court.
I'm here because I need answers before my baby is here. My fiance has a drug addiction. He's a cheater. And if he can't pass the lie detector test and the drug test, then I'm gonna leave him.
The addiction sort of hit rock bottom during this whole incident of an overdose.
They took him to the hospital and he wasn't waking up. He ended up waking up and he panicked and he tried to escape. He promised to get cleaned in, but a couple weeks later, I found half a Xanax pill in the bathroom, so I knew he was still taking them.
This addiction has led to money problems.
I let him use my debit card. I see a whole bunch of Cash App transactions, like $700.
Wow. $12.30, $30, $12.30, $20, $12.30, $30. So, Mr. Pennington, you were stealing.
His friend said that he was still buying drugs at that time. I've also had suspicions of him cheating. I started going through his phone, and I seen that he was texting his ex-girlfriend.
It wasn't an ex, it was just a friend.
You look dumb hitting me up with a blah who's not yours. Oh.
That's not the only times. So there was another time we were in the bed, and I have a big, like a king bed. And so I was on this side. He's way over there on the other side, just all in his phone. And I noticed, I was kind of like, okay, why aren't you paying any attention to me? So, but I didn't say anything. I just watched. So I see on his phone, there's this thing you can do. You can change the theme of your chat. So it was like pink with hearts. So I knew, and I could see that from across the bed. I could see it's a girl. Mm-hmm. I know it's a girl because it's pink with hearts. Mm-hmm. So I didn't even say anything. I waited till he fell asleep.
That's what they do.
And I went through his phone.
Inspect a gadget.
So I used his fingerprint because he changed his passcode. So, and I got into his phone and I looked at the messages, and he was texting this girl. I thought that it was his brother's girlfriend, but I'm reading the messages. They're talking about sex, being flirty. I believe he said he loved her.
I'd like to see these messages.
I submitted evidence.
I'd like to see the messages. Blank around and punish you by you for a whole night straight on God. You're gonna have me running and give me until I cry. Oh, they're definitely having sex talk. I'm gonna hold you down, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, baby, I believe you for real and never had that. We need to get a hotel for the night. Yes, baby, for real. You get the room and I'll get the bottle and the perks. I know that's you. Oh, say no more, baby.
He thought he was going.
First of all,
I'm listening.
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor. My brother was using my phone. And let me explain.
Excuse me, I want to hear this. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Mr.
okay.
Pennington.
My brother was recently released from jail, and somebody hacked his Instagram. So I let him use my Instagram to text his girlfriend on. I told him to select a theme so I'll know that this is your girlfriend. Because like every theme can't have the same one. So I just told him he can use my phone to text her if he wants to. I'm being nosy. I'm just bored at her house. Okay, I'm being nosy. I want to see what they've been talking about.
There's more evidence though in the text messages. What you said to the girl. You basically said you loved her.
Okay. Wait one second, sir.
That was my brother's girlfriend.
Wait 1 second. You mean to tell me there are more text messages? Let me see.
Yes, I believe, yeah.
I'd like to see what we're talking about. Audio call ended. That means there was a phone call in between.
Right.
So we now know if that's the brother's girlfriend, you've had a conversation. Okay. I love you. I love you. You be making me blush like a, okay. LOL, be blushing sometimes too. We meant for each other. That's how I really feel. I ain't felt this way in a while. Like you make me, for real, want to be loyal. And I know it sounds bad, but I ain't been loyal to anyone in over 3 years.
Ain't that crazy?
Mr. Pennington?
I know how he talks too, and that's, like, I know how he texts, and that's him.
Mr. Pennington?
I'm sticking to what I said because it's the truth.
You're sticking to it?
Yes, ma'am.
That's your story, and that's the one you're sticking to. No wonder Ms. Carver wanted some answers.
Right.
Because I would want some answers.
I understand.
I definitely want some answers. But Ms. Carver, you had a two-part, what you requested for this court. You said...
A lie detector and a drug test.
Because you don't believe that you can build a future with somebody who is continuing to take drugs when you...
I have a baby, you know?
Yes, ma'am.
No matter what, my baby's getting bigger. I'm 30 weeks today, and he's coming, so... And it's a boy, so I want him to be like my dad, how my dad raised me. You know, I didn't have my mom. I don't want him to see the things that I had to see growing up, or even the things that I've been through recently, you know?
I agree with you.
So I have to change for the better. I have to. It has to be some point where we do better, and we don't fall backwards, keep moving forward, progressing, not degressing.
I know, Ms. Carver, for you, continuing to take drugs is a problem for you, and you have made that very clear. Mr. Pennington, are you clean and sober now?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been clean and sober?
6 months.
6 months.
Yes.
Okay. And you know that we did a drug test on you.
Right.
And the first thing Ms. Carver wants to know is whether or not you've told her the truth in that regard. Corey, will you retrieve the results for me, please?
Sure thing.
Thank you very much. Mr. Pennington says that he has been clean and sober for 6 months, Ms. Carver. Mr. Pennington, prior to coming to court today, you were tested for marijuana, opiates, cocaine, and methamphetamines. According to the drug test, the results reveal that you tested positive for marijuana and opiates. Weed, you're still smoking.
Yeah.
And you're still taking some form of an opiate to mask some sort of pain. So that clean and sober claim
You lied.
is not the truth.
No, I basically didn't lie. Maybe
Talk to me.
it's the Sebastian strips that I take. I guess that they pop up as opiates too when you take a drug test.
You know, I need you to understand what getting clean and sober is. So I really wanted to bring somebody in here. I was hoping that this would come back negative. But regardless of being negative or positive, I think you need some help, young man, in this regard.
Yes.
So I've actually asked an expert to join us so that they can help you understand what addiction looks like and how to deal with it. Dr. Gunn, I need you to say what steps Mr. Pennington needs to take to ensure his own safety.
You need to surround yourself with family, trusted friends, mental health professionals.
We're not talking about just kicking it with your regular boys that allowed you to do drugs. That's somebody that you need to cut out of your life.
Period.
Will you ask the expert to join us, Corey?
Sure thing. Ma'am?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi,
Will you please state your name and your credentials for the court?
my name is Dr. Valerie Gunn. I am a licensed clinical social worker. I also hold a doctorate in counseling psychology.
And so, Dr. Gunn, I submitted to you some of the preliminary facts of this case, and I asked you to also listen to the testimony. You now know what the results of a voluntary drug test have revealed, that Mr. Pennington in some way still has drugs in his system.
Right.
And he has admitted to be taking some form of, tell me the name of the drug again?
Suboxone.
Suboxone? That can, in fact, show up as an opiate. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, I'm glad to know that. So
Okay.
you can understand, Ms. Carver. Dr. Gunn, Mr. Pennington also has some marijuana in his system. Mr. Pennington, have you smoked weed
Yes.
in these last 6 months?
Yes, the last 6 months.
That is considered a drug for the purpose of a drug test, just so you know.
Right.
I'm going to turn this over, though, to Dr. Gunn, because, Dr. Gunn, I need you to say what steps Mr. Pennington needs to take to ensure his own safety, because at this point, I'm afraid for him.
Right. I am too. I think it's important for Mr. Pennington to know that creating a balanced lifestyle is needed. This can be done in the form of you having exercises, you doing hobbies. Do you have any hobbies?
Yes.
Creating hobbies, healthy hobbies. Also being mindful and using mindfulness techniques. You need to also surround yourself with a group of people such as family, trusted friends, mental health professionals, people who can provide you with emotional support as well as hold you accountable.
So, Dr. Gunn, we're not talking about just kicking it with your regular boys that you used to hang with or kicking it with the friends that you went to school with. If those were the people that you kicked it with and allowed you to do drugs,
Right.
that's somebody that you need to cut out of your life.
Period. And I know that you know who those people are. So when you're hanging with those people, what you're saying is, this is where I want to be, and this is what I want to continue to do. So you need to hold yourself accountable as well.
Right.
Okay?
Can you suggest practical steps for Mr. Pennington to try to avoid a relapse? You know, I like a little 1, 2, 3.
I think the first thing is to know yourself. What trigger you to want to use drugs? What trigger you to do these negative things that you're doing that will affect you and your family? You should also know that you need structure in your daily life. You don't lollygaggingly go through life and just see an old buddy and say, let's hang. No, we don't, because I know what I'm doing between the hours of X and Z. And so we're not hanging with old buddies, right? Because that is an old behavior.
Yes.
Continue to rely on your self-reflection and what your needs are, okay? In order to stay clean and sober.
Okay.
Dr. Gunn, sometimes people need that strength that they've never heard before. Would you be willing to help Mr. Pennington start his path?
I am willing, but I want him to also be willing to not lie to himself and be upfront and be for real. And I'm a little tough, but I'm tough because drugs is a tough situation. And you have a baby now, and so people are gonna hold you accountable. And whatever you're doing in your home, it can trickle out into the environment, and you do not want your child taken from your home because of your use of drugs.
I understand.
Fair enough. Dr. Gunn, I thank you so very much. And Mr. Pennington, the court will order some initial therapy with Dr. Gunn if you're willing to do it.
All right.
And that will allow you, Ms. Carver, also to be a part of this strategy for helping your fiancé get clean. Will you both accept that?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Dr. Gunn, I appreciate it.
Thank you
very
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's one level.
I appreciate that, really.
Yes, ma'am. Because no matter what you all decide to do for your relationship, Dr. Gunn is correct. The baby is going to need the two of his parents. It's either going to be together or as co-parents. But the one thing is not going to happen is you're not going to be having and doing drugs around this baby. Am I correct, Ms. Carver?
Yes, ma'am.
So we're putting some things in place so that you can get clean. And I need you, young man, to follow through.
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like us to bring in our polygraph expert. Have you had sexual contact with anyone else other than your partner in the past 3.5 years? What was Mr. Pennington's answer?
His answer was no.
What did the test results indicate?
Polygraph examination results indicated.
Now, let's get to the lion. In order for us to even know if this is a possibility of you being together, I'd like us to bring in our polygraph expert so that we can at least start at a foundation of truth. Is that fair?
Okay.
Is that fair?
Fair.
Let's ask the expert to join us.
Yes, ma'am. Sir.
Good day, Your Honor.
Good day, Mr. Yarbrough. Sir, will you please state your name and your credentials for the court?
My name is John Yarbrough. I'm a certified polygraph examiner, also a member of the American Polygraph Association, and I've conducted hundreds of polygraphs for numerous law enforcement and other public safety agencies across the state, as well as professional and private polygraphs.
Thank you so very much. I've found you on numerous occasions to be more than qualified to provide services to this court. I find so today. Mr. Yarbrough, I asked you to put 3 questions to Mr. Pennington, who voluntarily submitted to a polygraph performed by you and your company. Question number 1. We asked Mr. Pennington, during the confrontation about texting your ex-girlfriend, Sasha, did you engage in any sexual conversations or contact with her that you did not disclose to Chloe, the plaintiff? Is that correct?
No, ma'am. I had to modify that question. The question was really 2 separate questions.
Yes, sir.
One was sexual contact and one was sexual conversation. So I actually created another question to incorporate both of those concerns.
Will you tell me what the new question was?
Well, the question was, during that conversation about texting your girlfriend, Sasha, have you had any sexual contact with her that you did not disclose to Ms. Carver?
What was Mr. Pennington's answer?
Mr. Pennington answered no.
And what were the test results?
The polygraph examination results indicated there was no deception indicated to that question.
Yes.
Okay.
Question number 2. We asked Mr. Pennington, during the period when Chloe confronted you about the Instagram messages with the woman you were flirting with, did you engage in any physical or sexual contact with her?
That is correct.
And what was Mr. Pennington's answer?
His answer was no.
And what did the test results indicate?
The polygraph examination results indicated there was no deception noted to that question.
So,
Okay.
Mr. Pennington told the truth in terms of those pink flirty messages. They were probably for somebody else. At least we know that you didn't engage in sexual contact. We asked Mr. Pennington, however, have you had sexual contact with anyone else other than your partner in the past 3.5 years?
That is correct.
What was Mr. Pennington's answer?
His answer was no.
What did the test results indicate?
Polygraph examination results indicated there was no deception noted to that question.
Okay.
John, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
Your services were very welcome today.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Makes me feel a little better,
It should.
for sure.
As Mr. Yarborough often says, you may have 99 problems, but cheating ain't one. But Ms. Carver, those 99 problems still exist.
Yes.
Mr. Pennington, I'm so glad that you passed that lie detector test, because I don't know if Ms. Carver could be as committed to you and helping you with your sobriety if she could not trust you.
All right.
Now I just need you to get clean.
Mr. Pennington, can you assure your fiancée that this is what you want?
Yes, ma'am. This is what I want.
So I want to hear what you're going to say to her, because you need to tell her.
I really want to work on this. I really want to be here for my son. I want us to have a family. You know I love you. Deep down, you know it.
Okay, I love you too.
All right.
Ms. Carver, you ready to go down this path?
As ready as I'm gonna get.
Yes, ma'am. And I think that's a very honest answer.
Yes.
Because you have one priority right now, and that's bringing that baby boy here safely
Right,
and securely
safely.
and securing his future. And I hope that that can be done with Mr. Pennington together. That would be a wonderful thing for two young people to be able to raise a family together. But if, in fact, you see that your child, his safety and security, your safety and security is in any way hampered by Mr. Pennington not keeping his word and not sticking with his therapy, you know what you have to do, what's in the best interest of the child.
Right.
Okay? Mr. Pennington, I'm going to hold you to your word.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to order that therapy, and I'm going to pray
Okay, thank you.
that you become the young man that we all hope you can be.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
Thank
my
you,
verdict.
Your Honor.
Good luck with the baby.
You gonna start going to counseling?
Yeah,
We're gonna go together?
Yeah, we're going to.
Mrs. Coleman says her wife has been spending her time sending flirty text messages and sexy videos. Unfortunately, she hasn't been sending them to her. Today on Divorce Court. All rise. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding.
Good morning, everyone. You may be seated.
Your Honor, the case of Coleman v. Coleman.
Thank you so very much, Mrs. Coleman. Mrs. Coleman, I am very happy to have you here at Divorce Court today, and I'd like to welcome everyone to Divorce Court. Today, we are looking at a case where there are red flags that are waving in the wind in this very new marriage of only 2 months. Let's figure out how we got to this point. Mrs. Coleman, you brought this case. Why are we in Divorce Court?
I'm here because I want answers. My wife has been waving red flags She has anger problems, and I have suspicions of her cheating on me. And if she does not pass the lie detector test, then I would be serving her these divorce papers.
Mrs. Coleman, you have laid out exactly what your case is. Let me find out what your wife says. Mrs. Averiona Coleman, what say you?
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to save my relationship with her. I mean, I know I ain't perfect, but I know I'm 100% faithful. I love her and the kids. They mean the world to me. I mean, we just need a little counseling, that's all.
And so you think that this relationship can be saved?
Yes, ma'am.
Mrs. Coleman, since you brought this case, why don't you start from the beginning? Tell me how you all met.
I was very young. I got pregnant at 14. I had my baby at 15. And I was going through a rough breakup with my ex. We met at a Coleman store. She was there to comfort me. She showered me with gifts. And then after all that, we decided to get a donor. We got a donor to expand our family.
Wait a minute, you are jumping so far ahead of me. Wait a minute, hold on a second. You were 15 years old and in a relationship and ended up becoming pregnant, am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You were in a relationship with a man at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I assume that relationship was not one that was good for you, because at 15 years old, I think we both agree that's too early to be starting a family.
Yes, ma'am.
So you end up breaking up with your child's father, and you said you were vulnerable. I want to know a little bit more about you.
Well, I grew up fast. My mama wasn't there for me, so when I met her, it was just like she showered me with a lot of gifts. She was loving, and...
You found something that you had not had before.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what it sounds like. So we're jumping ahead to the second child. I understand that you all decided to have a baby together, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long had you dated when you made that decision?
We dated for a good 6 months, good too.
So wait a minute. Hannah Coleman is 19 presently. You are 23 presently.
Yes, Your Honor.
What in the world would make you think that this, I hate to say it, child is ready for another child that early on in a relationship? I'm turning to you.
I was ready. I mean,
No, you were ready. I'm talking about this person ready, your wife, because she's the one that's gonna have to have the baby.
I mean, I was ready. I was, we was going through something. I mean, that was a step farther for us. And I asked her, I said, are you ready to do this? Do you want to have a child? We came to agreement, so it wasn't like I forced it on her. I asked her, was she ready? I said, look, we've been going through some things. Let's take it farther. Let's make this happen.
But wait a minute, you're going through some things, meaning the relationship was a little rocky. Am I right, Ms. Coleman?
Yeah.
Yes,
it was.
ma'am.
And you thought bringing a child into it would fix it?
Yeah, look.
You do know that the jurors, and y'all don't mind me saying this, are older than the litigants in front of us. And not now one of us in this room thinks that that's a good idea. Am I correct? Okay, that makes no sense. Okay, I'm listening. I'm listening, Ms. Coleman. So you all decided you were going to fix things by having a child together.
Yes, but the child didn't happen until we was almost close to a year.
Okay.
We just prepared for it. So that's how all that came about.
Well, I have to tell you this. I'm sitting here. I'm excited because this week I'm going to be celebrating my 6-year wedding anniversary. My husband had to take me on a couple of Red Lobster dates and stuff before we started talking about marriage. We had to do a whole lot. We had to see the whole Game of Thrones series. I mean, it just seems like you all move so fast.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Okay, and so I'm going to turn to you, Ms. Hannah Coleman. How did the baby come about?
Well, we talked about it. We got a donor, and...
You went to the sperm bank?
No, ma'am.
Okay, now.
It was somebody that we both knew, and I was there at the time.
Ah.
Yeah, that's how I came, and he agreed to doing it, yeah.
So in other words, you got a mutual friend to impregnate you. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That's how they doing it nowadays. Okay. Ooh, sigh. The judge gotta sit herself on this one. Okay. All right, baby's here. Tell me what happened next.
Then, after the pregnancy, things started to change. we started to break up, and she got a girl name tattooed on her neck.
Whoa! How did the tattoo come about?
We was going through some things. We was arguing. You know, she was telling me she was gonna kick me out. She was trying to leave me. I mean, I met this girl. She showed me comfort in. I thought I was gonna be something with her. So I ended up getting her name tatted. I tried to come back to her, which we started talking again. And I'm like, okay, how can I hide this tattoo from her? I couldn't hide it. She found out. That's when we got into it.
I'm not the hippest human being on the planet, but I can figure this out. And you're telling me your wife sent this to somebody else?
Yes, ma'am.
See, we was just flirting. The girl's straight. I texted her some things, just flirting with no feelings involved.
I can guarantee you there were some feelings on that side of the table. I am going to tell you this, Miss Coleman and Miss Coleman, y'all are children. It's every decision that you have made up until this point is the most immature kind of decisions. And what I'm getting annoyed with is you have brought children into your childish behavior. You were going through some things, but you decided to get married and child.
Then I have suspicions of her cheating on me. She was with her cousin one day. She left for a couple of hours. And she came back, she was brushing her teeth and washing her face in the bathroom. And then a couple of minutes later, I received a video from my ex-girlfriend. And it was a video of her doing unlikely stuff in the back of her car. So I asked her about it, and she said that's just her favorite boxers. I looked in her boxers, it was the orange, like in the video. And she said those was her favorite boxers. She said that was old, but she had on the same boxers that day.
It was old. It was definitely
It was not old.
I'm not sure that I understand. You got a direct message of a video
Yes, ma'am.
of allegedly your wife hooking up with somebody else?
Yes, ma'am.
just a lie. That's old.
What do you mean that's old? If you're wearing the same drawers, they ain't that old.
Yeah.
Nah, that's old. See, look, orange is my favorite color, so I got more than one pair of orange boxes, and I also had them pair. And she see me wearing them all the
No,
time.
it was the same as
My
like
favorite color
boxes
orange.
from the video.
No, it's old. I didn't do it. It's
She
old.
did it. It was the same boxes from the video.
What else, Mrs. Hannah Coleman? I know you said there are a couple of other things that's been going on that make you suspicious that she's been cheating.
One day, I had felt a funny feeling in my stomach when I went over her phone, and I grabbed it and I went to her pictures, and I seen screenshots of her texting her coworker, and I submitted the evidence, but she was saying flirty text messages.
Let me see what you mean. All right, this is a text message. I'm not that bad. I'm just saying I want a relationship. I'm just trying to prove that I can. Okay, something you better than any you've ever did. Something with that. Okay. My not gone off. It's in the boxes instead of the actuals. Okay. I'm not the hippest human being on the planet, but I can figure this out. And you're telling me your wife sent this to somebody else?
Yes, ma'am.
See, we was just flirting. The girl's straight. I texted her some things, just flirting with no feelings involved. None at all.
Excuse me, I can guarantee you there were some feelings on that side of the table. That's your wife. Do you understand what the concept of wife means? This is a person that you are supposed to love, honor, cherish. Did y'all do that part of the ceremony? Okay?
And there's another message, too.
There's more?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me see the next message. Why did you hide your booty from me today? Okay. That is a offer. So there's no question. Your wife wants to know, was there an acceptance? There's no question. She has every right to question that. Why do you say she doesn't?
I mean, she does have a big butt, but
Wow.
Young people seem to think that just saying I'm sorry gets rid of how you hurt me.
I mean, it's not like I did anything with her.
How do we know? Because you just
I
begged
know.
some chick, some miscellaneous chick, to see her booty. Did I see that? Am I right, Ms.
Yes,
Coleman?
ma'am.
It's just feelings. I mean, it's not no feelings involved. I was just flirting with her.
How would you feel if you saw her flirt with somebody else like that?
I'd be upset. That's why I told her I was wrong for it. After, after the situation, it hit my mom. I'm like, look, yeah, that was wrong. I apologize. And I still apologize to this day.
But young people seem to think that just saying I'm sorry gets rid of how you hurt me. Okay, you can forgive somebody, because that's the only way we get through life. But you never forget how they made you feel.
I mean, it's not like I did anything with her.
How do we know? Because you just
I
begged
know.
some chick, some miscellaneous chick, to see her booty. Did I see that? Am I right, Ms.
Yes,
Coleman?
ma'am.
Then I seen one day we was in City Trends, and I was with her the whole day, but I received a message from her ex-girlfriend's sister. I submitted them to the court. It was messages of her allegedly calling her ex back-to-back from a no-caller ID.
And you submitted this as evidence?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see and hear the evidence.
Exactly.
So these have dates.
And that's not my cause. I keep trying to tell her, my ex trying to break us up. She want me back. She hurt. She missed me. Why you going for it?
Keep your dog on a leash, Big Back, because if it was my sister, you wouldn't try to call her Delulu, and the whole time it's your girl. Now,
Those are the messages from the ex-girlfriend's sister that she texted me that night when we was at the store.
basically saying, tell your girl to quit calling my sister?
Yes, ma'am.
See, I can interpret. I'm very good at this. Corey, you have to be impressed that I completely figured that out.
And then 3 days later, I got a voice message from her begging her ex to be back with her.
Please, please. I'm not gonna do I'm gonna respect you. I'm gonna do everything. I don't want my hands. I don't want to. Just please. Please take me back.
I can explain. That's old.
I'm
That's
sorry.
old.
It's not old if I got it 3 days
old.
after that.
I can explain. That is old.
It's not
Okay,
old.
wait a minute. My understanding that your wife requested that you submit to a polygraph examination and you agreed. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Corey, will you please ask the polygraph examiner to join us?
Sir.
Good day, Your Honor.
Good day. Mr. Yarborough, you have done work for this court on numerous occasions. Would you please state your name and professional affiliation for the jury?
Absolutely. My name is John Yarborough. I'm a certified polygraph examiner and a member of the American Polygraph Association. I've done hundreds of polygraphs for various law enforcement and other public safety agencies, as well as professional and private party polygraphs.
Excellent. Question number one. We asked Mrs. Coleman regarding that video your wife received of you having sex with your ex-girlfriend. Was it filmed after starting your relationship with your wife?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and what was Mrs. Coleman's answer?
Mrs. Coleman answered yes during the pre-test interview.
So in other words, she admitted that this sex video did in fact occur while she was married to the plaintiff. Am I correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
That's the answer to number one. Question number two. Mr. Yarborough, we asked Ms. Averiona Coleman, since starting your relationship with your wife, have you had any sexual contact with any of your co-workers? Is that correct?
That is correct.
What was Mrs. Coleman's answer?
Mrs. Coleman answered no.
And what did the results indicate?
The polygraph examination revealed there was deception indicated to that question.
Wow.
So there was a third question. Mr. Yarborough, we asked Mrs. Coleman, since starting a relationship with your wife, have you had any sexual contact with your ex-girlfriend that your wife is unaware of? Am I correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
What was Mrs. Coleman's answer to that question?
Mrs. Coleman answered no.
And what did the test results indicate?
The polygraph exam results indicated there was deception indicated to that question as well.
Mr. Yarborough, thank you so very much for the information. I appreciate your help as usual.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
See, I know you was lying.
Let me explain.
Tag, you're it.
Divorce papers.
Let
Your Honor.
me explain. Let me explain.
Papers.
Let me explain. Me and you was going through a thing. We wasn't together. So, yes, I did do some things with her.
That does
I
not-
seen,
but you
I
told
went
me
to
you
her
didn't.
cousin. I know, and I went to her cousin's house. We went in the car. She like, you gonna do this? I'm like, I'm not doing that. I can't do that. She wanted something, you know.
But you did
I
it.
can't do that.
You didn't
Listen,
think about
you gotta
how
let
I
me
felt.
explain, man.
No, she don't. Sorry.
No, I need to explain.
She does not have to let you explain. She does not have to acknowledge you. She does not have to be married to you. She can serve you with divorce papers. That's what grown folk do. Mrs. Hannah Coleman, it's time for you to be a grown lady.
Yes, ma'am.
Put on your big girl shoes and tell me what you want to do, having heard that your wife has lied to you about nearly everything that you suspected her of. What would you like me to do?
Divorce papers.
Corey, retrieve the divorce papers. Thank you very much.
It's crazy.
They are signed by Mrs. Hannah Coleman. They are verified by Mrs. Hannah Coleman. Corey, serve the papers on Mrs. Averiona Coleman.
Sure. You've been served?
I'm not signing the papers.
You don't have to sign them, but I will provide Mrs. Hannah Coleman with a transcript of these proceedings so that you can go to a court of law in the state of Georgia and begin your divorce proceedings. And let me tell you something, ma'am. This is a tough situation when you find out that the person that you love has lied to you. But you've known from the beginning that there have been red flags that were waving in your face. You now have 2 children that you are responsible for. They are going to grow up to be the kinds of young people that you are the example of. The best thing that could happen to you is for you to start this divorce proceeding, put on your big girl pants, your big girl shoes, be a grown woman, and tell other grown women that you are not a doormat to walk on. You are an adult who can make good choices, good decisions, and your first decision is you don't want her in your life. That's my verdict.
We're not getting a divorce. We're not getting a divorce.
You apologizing now. You supposed to been did that.
All right, and you're right. But you act like I'm not gonna make mistakes. Everybody not perfect.
It's too
Don't
late.
mean we gotta get a divorce. You act like we can't work things out.
We can't.
Why?
Because you lied.
But
you should have been told
okay,
the truth. Not wait till we get all the way here. Now tell the truth.
I understand that, but you acting like I don't change. People change. I still want to be with you. I care about you. We're a family now. It ain't no signing no divorce papers. We gotta work this out.
You lied. You shouldn't have lied.
Okay, that's the past. Why you?
Ms. Dominguez says Mr. Acevedo has gambled too much with her heart and their money. She says she's been trying to hold him, but it's finally time to fold him. Today on Divorce Court. All rise. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding.
Hello, everyone. You may be seated.
Your Honor, the case of Dominguez v. Acevedo.
Thank you very much, Ms. Dominguez and Mr. Acevedo. Thank you very much for joining me at Divorce Court, and thank you, everyone, for joining us today. This is a young couple who are looking to get married. They have already invested so much in this relationship, both emotionally and financially. Let's see if they're going to walk down the aisle. Ms. Dominguez, why are we in Divorce Court?
Your Honor, we are here today because me and Joshua have been together for 8 years. We have a property together, dogs, cars, planning a whole future together. But recently, he's been very disrespectful. He's been gambling and losing all the money we have. And on top of that, I caught messages of him cheating. The reason I'm here today is because I want to take a lie detector test, and if it shows positive, I will be calling off the engagement.
So you actually mean you want him to take a lie detector
Yes.
test? Mr. Acevedo, you heard what your fiance said. What do you say?
I say that I'm here today because she's my high school sweetheart. I see a future with this woman. I want her to be my wife. I want her to be the mother of my kids, and I know there's a bunch of bumps and bruises along the road, but she wants to get an 8-year relationship and throw it out all in one day, and I don't agree with that. I'm here to save this relationship.
You all are 22 and 23 years old, which means if you've been together for 8 years, you've been together since you were 14 years old and 15 years old?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that was high school sweethearts. That was actually middle school sweethearts.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay? So you all been together since you were playing in the dirt, for all practical purposes. That's a lot, and that's a lot to invest in a relationship. And I see that you've been engaged for 6 months, so you decided to take it to the next level.
Yes.
So I know how you met, clearly, because you met in school.
Yes.
But you started to make adult decisions, and one of those decisions had to do with buying a property together.
Correct.
Why don't you tell me about that?
Yes, so we bought our property 2 years ago. We were 20, 21, and on closing day, we were very happy. I brought a picture to show you. That
I'd
was
like
one.
to see that. Ah, you closed on your house together.
Yes,
And did everybody save for the down payment?
it was him.
So, Mr. Acevedo, you stepped up and you came up with the down payment.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, absolutely. And what was the agreement?
So the agreement before closing day was that he was going to take over the mortgage, which was $2,800, and any additional, utilities or anything extra. And I was only putting in $1,000.
Was
From
that
the-
the agreement for you, Mr. Acevedo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
From there on, eventually everything started going down south. He started going gambling 1 day out of the week, eventually turned into 2 to the whole weekend being away, not coming home. And he started coming home losing hundreds to even thousands at one point.
No. So, Mr. Acevedo, I complimented you on stepping up. Do you have that kind of money? Is your uncle named Jeff Bezos or something that you can go and gamble thousands of dollars away, sir?
No, Your Honor. But I am a firm believer in the higher the risk, the higher the reward. So.
And I'm a firm believer in the house always wins when you're gambling. So your plan has to that needs to be a recreation rather than a vocation. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's a lot of money. How much money are you estimating that he's been spending?
Well, for the past year, he's been spending over $14,000, which has come out of my savings to pay the mortgage and all the bills.
Wait a minute, I thought Mr. Acevedo said he was paying the mortgage.
He can't pay it. He's wasting it all gambling away.
I have a note here that said you've had to pay the mortgage 5 times by yourself?
Yes.
Mr. Acevedo, tag you're it. What's that about, sir?
That's what partners are for, right? To pick you up when you're down.
Why were you down, though? I mean, did you lose your job?
No, I mean, I was losing all my money gambling. It was a rough couple of months,
That's not called being down. That's called being stupid. No, that's not being down. Down is you got downsized at the job and they laid people off and you happen to be low man on the totem pole. That's down. Then she's supposed to try to help you out and hold you up. Down is not, I went to the casino and I blew $14,000. That's not down. That's not down, sir. Now, in all honesty, I would not be yelling at you if you were making that kind of money and you had not made a commitment and a financial investment. I would not be yelling at you one way or the other because you're young and you are allowed to make silly decisions. But silly decisions have silly consequences. How much do you estimate that you've lost in the last 6 months? Because you've been engaged for 6 months.
$14,000 is literally all I had. I'm down to zero. I have nothing more.
I am so proud of the fact that a 22-year-old has saved $14,000 and you were ready. So, Mr. Acevedo, how would you be planning to make her whole? Because that's a lot of money.
She knows I'm a hard-working man, Your Honor. She knows I've always been a go-getter. And, I shouldn't feel she should let go and she should have faith in me. Like you said, Your Honor, I am young. I am going to make mistakes. But it's all about if I learn from the mistakes.
If Miss Dominguez stops paying that mortgage, you know what's going to happen? They're going to foreclose. And if they foreclose, how much do you owe on the house now?
Like 3-something.
You know what's going to happen?
300-something.
The bank's going to sell that house. They're going to get as much as they can of that 300. You're going to be left with nothing. You put money down for the down payment, am I right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So whatever that $10,000 to $30,000 was that you put down is gone because you're not going to get that back. And the money that you, Ms. Dominguez, have been putting in, that $2,800 a month, you're not going to get it back. That's what silly decisions cost you. And something tells me you don't have $2,800 a month to put out.
I don't.
Mr. Acevedo, what's your plan?
Like I said before, Your Honor, I'm a hardworking man, and I'm not gonna let the relationship slip away from me, nor the property we own together.
And I don't want you to commit any kind of nefarious stuff in order to get no money. I want you to be that hardworking man that we talked about. I understand that you have been working, this is your family's business, you've been working with your family, so you actually have a good opportunity to have a good foundation for a family, but you've been making really bad decisions. It's time for you to step up, young man. It's time for you to step up. Why don't you trust him?
I had caught messages of his friends telling him, hey, the girl at the bar wants to come see you again. We should hang out again tonight. We're young. Let's have fun.
My fiance was mad at me, giving, you know, no more cooked meals. She had me sleeping on the couch, you know.
You're not gonna get wifely responsibilities if you gonna be with Lottie Dottie and everybody tell Lottie to cook you a meal. And you're concerned, Mr. Dominguez, that in addition to financially irresponsible, that there's some trust and tribulations in the relationship. Am I correct?
Correct.
Why don't you trust him?
Recently, he went out with his friend to the bar. We never go alone, nowhere. But there's one thing, he's like, I'm going alone because I'm going with my boy. Okay, I understand privacy, you know. But that day, he came home acting super weird, and I had caught messages of his friends telling him, hey, the girl at the bar wants to come see you again. We should hang out again tonight. We're young. Let's have fun. Like, you don't need to be settled down, tied down. So when I confront him, he tells me he sent it to the wrong person.
Mr. Acevedo.
Honestly, Your Honor, that's what I believe because, I mean, when I was at the bar, he did tell me that, okay, the waiter has a crush on you, but I was just going about my business, you know. I didn't.
You didn't reciprocate?
No, I did not reciprocate, not 1%, Your Honor. No.
So here's my question. Why are you hanging out with somebody that is not respectful of the kind of young man you want to be? Let me ask you that. Because, see, I'm presuming you want to be a good dude. You see how I just gave you the benefit of the doubt? I didn't put that on you. I put that on him. Why are you hanging out with somebody that doesn't have the same commitment that you do?
I understand that, Your Honor. I've known him since 10 years. We're, you know, one of my first best friends. And I understand he may not understand what it's like because he's not in a relationship himself. And it did rub me the wrong way how, you know, he kind of sent me that message knowing I didn't do anything with that woman from the bar. And, you know, it gave me a hard time. She, you know, my fiance was mad at me, giving, you know, no more cooked meals. She had me sleeping on the couch, you know. Yeah,
because if you're going to act like a boyfriend, I'm going to treat you like a girlfriend. You're not going to get wifely responsibilities if you're going to be with Lottie Dottie and everybody tell Lottie to cook you a meal. Okay? You see what I'm saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's what happens when you're ready to be in a mature relationship. Now, mind you, my spidey sense is saying that's something that a 23-year-old should do, go out and flirt. Y'all are so new and young in relationship. You haven't even given yourself time to see if this is for the long term. So those kinds of things are going to be thrown in your face. And Mr. Dominguez, by the way, you have every right to respect fidelity, but y'all are so young. You are pushing so quickly. And these are the kinds of things that you're going to be facing as you mature.
I had a gut feeling. Let me go through his phone when he fell asleep. This one was Hearts. When can I meet you? Today for lunch during work.
Now at least I know why there's some suspicions.
I just want the lie detector result.
Good day, Your Honor.
Good day, Mr. Yarbrough. Have you had any sexual contact with anyone other than your fiancé?
The polygraph examination results indicated.
Mr. Dominguez, you've been concerned about something else.
Yes, because...
Wait, I'm sorry, Your Honor. Objection.
What happened on this lunch date situation? Because I understand that's what made you suspicious.
So every day we always talk during lunchtime. On FaceTime while he's at work or I'm home or I'm handling some clients myself. We always find the time to talk during lunchtime. And there's one day I was calling and calling and calling. He was not answering. I thought something was going on because it was out of the normal. So the day goes by, he comes home, and I had a gut feeling, let me go through his phone when he fell asleep. So I go through the phone.
That's what young people do.
I went through the phone, And it was weird because there was something deleted in his messages. So I ended up recovering the messages, and the number's not saved, but I'm noticing that I've seen his messages before with numbers that aren't saved. I just see tire numbers, and that's about it. This one was hard eyes, hearts, when can I meet you today for lunch during work? Oh, this, oh, you're so beautiful.
Back and forth messages?
Back and forth messages. So when I confront him...
I don't remember that, Your Honor. I didn't say we go meet. No, it was just a heart emoji.
No.
Your Honor, I sent heart emojis to everyone. It was not a big deal.
How about a thumbs up emoji? How about a check mark emoji? What's a heart emoji? Isn't that usually reserved for the person that has your heart? Come on, Mr. Acevedo. What you talking about?
Your Honor, it was a purple heart. I mean, you know.
Now at least I know why there's some suspicions. And I think that's one of the reasons why you agreed to do a polygraph examination, so that you all can start from a foundation of trust where you can put her suspicions to the side. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
I just want the lie detector results.
So at least let's try to get you some of the answers that you have requested. Would you ask the expert to join us?
Sure thing.
Thank you.
Sir.
Good day, Your Honor.
Good day, Mr. Yarbrough. Please introduce yourself for the court.
Certainly. My name is John Yarbrough. I'm a certified polygraph examiner, also a member of the American Polygraph Association. I've conducted hundreds of polygraphs for numerous law enforcement and other public safety agencies across the state, as well as professional and private polygraphs.
I asked you to put 3 questions to Mr. Acevedo. Specifically, question 1, we asked Mr. Acevedo, did you have sexual contact with that person your friend was texting you about meeting at the bar the previous night?
That is correct, Your Honor.
What was Mr. Acevedo's answer?
He answered no.
And what did the test results indicate?
The polygraph examination results indicated no deception indicated to that question, Your Honor.
Okay.
Told you.
We're gonna see.
The second question. We asked Mr. Acevedo, did you have sexual contact with that person you took to lunch that you stated was a client?
That is correct, Your Honor.
What was Mr. Acevedo's answer?
He answered no.
And what did the test results indicate?
The polygraph examination results indicated there was no deception indicated to that question as well.
So he told the truth in both of those instances, am I correct?
He was being truthful when he answered those 2 questions, Your Honor.
There was a third question. We asked Mr. Acevedo, since purchasing a home together, have you had any sexual contact with anyone other than your fiancé?
That is correct, Your Honor.
What was Mr. Acevedo's answer?
He answered no.
And what did the test results indicate?
The polygraph examination results indicated no deception indicated.
What did I tell you? Let's go. I don't have to lie. You don't have to lie. I don't waste my time lying. You know.
Ms. Dominguez. I think you owe Mr. Acevedo an apology.
Please.
I'm sorry, the jury today is made up of aunties, clearly. Okay? Because the aunties is, yes, the aunties have spoken.
I'm sorry for not trusting you when
I accept your apology. This is why we're here.
Mr. Yarbrough, your work here is done. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
But, Ms. Dominguez, you've been concerned about something else.
Yes, Your Honor. Even though the results came out negative and he hasn't been lying to me, I hate that we had to come here and get the answers I wanted. I'm late on my period, so I believe I'm pregnant because...
Wait, I'm sorry, Your Honor. Objection. Weren't you on birth control?
I was on birth control, but I had to stop due to hormonal acne and I was gaining weight.
Wait, but you never told me this. You never told me you got off birth control. That would have been, kind of good to tell me.
It's been recently. It's been not even 2 months yet. And as soon as I stopped, I realized that I've been late for almost 2 months. And we've had conversations before about having a child, and I know that he hasn't been on go for it at the moment. So I don't know if this is a deal breaker for him.
We've been talking about Mr. Acevedo's truthfulness and faithfulness and honesty. And it seems as if we might needed to talk a little bit about yours. But we're here now. And you asked this court to administer a pregnancy test.
Yes.
I'd like to see the results.
Yes, Your Honor.
You know, the foundation of every relationship is trust. Ms. Dominguez, you mentioned that you might be pregnant. You took a pregnancy test before coming into my courtroom today, and I have the results. The test came back negative. You are not pregnant with Mr. Acevedo's baby.
Okay.
I saw a sigh of relief.
And, Your Honor, a sigh of relief is not to say that if she was pregnant, that I would be a giver-upper and, you know, just neglect the baby, you know, but I want things to happen, you know, accordingly to our plan. I just believe right now is not the time.
Ms. Dominguez, I gotta tell you something. I'm liking your fiance a whole heck of a lot more right now because the stupid decisions that he made earlier, this is one that makes complete good sense to me. Yes. Okay, and the aunties agree. Okay? Is you came in here and gave me chapter and verse while you all were having issues, and by the way, those are serious issues. And bringing a baby into a chaotic situation when you have not figured out who you are is not a good idea. I don't know what anybody's told you, but a baby does not fix problems. It creates an additional problem if you're not ready. And Mr. Acevedo, I think you're too young to be getting married. And I would like to order premarital counseling where you can sit down and learn communication style. Because I think you got that love thing down, but you don't have that communication thing down. And that leads to the arguments that you've had. It leads to the mistrust. It leads to the irresponsibility. And it could lead to an unwanted pregnancy. You dodged a bullet today. So if you don't want to practice birth control and change your hormones, that's one thing. But you know exactly what you need to do from now on. And because I know that y'all are not breaking up, go to Costco and get that 48 pack, okay? That's my verdict.
Moving forward, we should definitely, you know, take the counseling that Judge Star Jones, you know, recommended for us, and I believe it'll work out. You know, we just need to communicate more.
You know, ever since we bought the house, there's been a lot of stress on us, and I just feel like, you know, we needed this to move forward and make us